Big Chicken Morning Show with Jasmine McBee on V103. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gravesande. Gravesande is in the building.
Yes.
What up?
Bruh.
Appreciate you having me.
How are you?
Bruh.
You about the most.
They gonna be outside by the time you leave.
It's gonna be all right. They're gonna hear me talk.
Oh, God.
Netflix's Love is Blind season 6. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with. I just saw the latest video where someone narrated the fact that you actually said the word no.
Yeah.
Before you said no.
I think that's edited. I know exactly what I said. I said whoa.
You said whoa. Okay.
Whoa, I ain't saying no. Because it's like, it's a huge moment, you know what I'm saying? But, whoa sound like no. So I think people kind of ran with that.
I'm looking at him like I'm watching. He was like, he said no before he said no. I don't know how she missed it. So in case you have not seen Love is Blind season 6.
That's my show.
Clay has drawn most of the heat and fire from any and everybody, in particularly black women, for what happened at the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they giving me a lot of slack right now.
Yeah, and I watched all season, and I think you're like, I'm not gonna say the most hated, but you're people are really on you about that.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think so? Because the thing is, like, obviously you knew what the premise of the show was about. You went on the show, and he was like, yeah, it ain't for me.
Well, I didn't know the premise. I mean, you know the premise, but like they didn't come at me like this is Love is Blind. It was actually disguised as another type of experiment.
Okay.
So I kind of looked at it as an experiment for me to actually find love a different way, because I always kind of went like with the physical instead of like building an emotional connection. So I thought it was an opportunity for me to love differently. Of course, and I thought marriage was the option for you to go to the altar and say yes or no. That's how the producers kind of talked to me about it, but I see the fans got a different perspective of how the show went. So I just want to say I ain't watched the show. I'm listening to the creators.
Oh, so you've never watched Love is Blind?
I watch it now.
No, I'm saying before you went on the show, you never
watch it.
Yeah, the show ain't for us.
No, I get it. So how did you find out about the show?
They reached out to me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said that they got this called the Charlotte Single Project. They're recruiting people in the Charlotte area.
Oh, okay.
And we got this experiment where you'll try to build a connection without seeing them, and ultimately you'll go to the altar to make a decision. So that was how it was always laid out to me.
Okay, so knowing that you are, and I heard you say you're trying it a different way, but knowing you are a man who likes to be attracted to someone at first sight, as all men are. But you go into this pod and they say, okay, you are going to talk to this person through a wall.
Yeah.
To a filter.
Yeah.
And we want to see if you guys fall in love through that.
Yeah.
Now, halfway through the process, were you still down to?
Yeah, I did the process right. I mean, at the end of the day, I came from a guy that didn't really build emotional connections. I built an emotional connection. I fell in love with AD. We went to Dominican Republic. We had a great relationship. I just said no at the end to marriage. Mind you, it was 6 weeks.
Got you.
And I feel like if I ask same people who mad at me, would you marry the dude you talking to in 6 weeks? They'd probably say no.
So wait.
Okay. I get it. I understand.
Why wait to that moment?
Yeah.
Or was that not an option for you to say, nah, we shouldn't do this?
It was an option. I'll say that's probably the biggest thing I'll probably take ownership on. I just let a lot of the outside noise get in my head, because in the experiment, everything is like expedited. You know what I'm saying? So like every day is a different theme. So honestly, I wanted to show up for AD because our last 2 weeks of the relationship, which is crazy, but like 2 weeks in this experiment, like 2 months, we had a good vibe. We was kind of rocking. I would say that Wednesday before my wedding, which was on a Friday, that Wednesday before that Friday, I was thinking about saying yes. That Thursday, I was 50-50, but I kind of felt like I should have maybe told AD that. But also, too, it's the day before the wedding. It's like, how are we really realistically going to call this off when, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm 50-50, too. So I'm like.
I mean, but you could have given her a hit, like, especially if you guys vibe like that, y'all close.
Yeah.
I would, a text, hey, listen, this is what I'm kind of thinking about doing. I don't want to leave you out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because her face at the altar was like, we didn't talk about this. You know what I'm saying? But had you probably given her a heads up, she would have been, okay, I was prepared for it. And I understood why he did it versus I'm shocked that he did it at the altar. now I have to process everything, and now you're looked at like he's an asshole.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, right? On that Thursday, I was thinking about saying yes and no. Like it wasn't because, like I said, I was never trying to disrespect AD because I really did. I fell in love with her. Like I really loved our relationship.
Did you really? Oh,
I swear, like they didn't really show a lot of the, I guess, the ground that we built on. But me and AD got magnetic chemistry, so I even feel bad watching it back because I do wish I'm with you on that. I should have definitely. Voice some of my hesitation, but you know what I'm saying, it's a lot going on at the time, and I made a mistake, but now I know I gotta be a better communicator.
Now
since then,
yeah,
where are you and AD? I heard that y'all might have kicked it, might have like what is it? Does she throw rocks at you? Where are y'all?
we cool. Me and AD.
You say y'all cool, or do she say y'all cool?
right.
You gotta ask her. She think we cool, but I think we cool. We haven't talked like that since the reunion episode.
Okay.
Just because when your relationship is on a public spectrum, everybody got opinions. So I think that sometimes could like tear up the relationship. But I think when me and AD get in front of each other in person, it's gonna be all good. We'll be cool because when we see each other, it's always like that. It's always magnetic. So right now, social media kind of playing a part, but we still cool. I'm not throwing those stones at her.
Would you spin the block?
But I spin the block.
No, you got to ask AD, will she spin the block because he did it?
Yeah, but he still got to spin the block in order for it to be. I mean,
yeah.
He got to spin the block for it to even be a possibility.
AD definitely got the qualities for me to spin the block.
So going back to the wedding day, what was that conversation like after? Like without all the cameras, of course you guys have each other's personal numbers. Did you sit down and talk to her and have a conversation? Or did she want to talk to you? What was that conversation about?
Yeah, we did meet up. We got some drinks over by French Quarters, and we talked. She was confused a lot. Of course, you're a little bit shell shocked too because we just went to a whole wedding. I said no, so like I felt like for her. It was tough for her to grasp the moment in a sense. We probably had our real conversation about everything. I want to say maybe 3 months after the wedding. It was real new to us in the beginning where, it was like a lot of hurt feelings. So even AD, we couldn't even really hang out like that after the first month, just because, she just felt real disappointed. So I would say we didn't really had that conversation where hey, what really happened that day? Probably 3 months later.
So who reached out first? Did she reach out or you?
I reached out. I was reaching out the whole time. Sometimes she wasn't responding and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I understand though. Like I said, I played my cards wrong. That was a big day for her, and I said no. So I definitely understand, and I received the backlash because that's the one thing I probably could have done better is communicate. So
since the show, we're talking to Clay Gravesande, Love Is Blind season 6, ladies and gentlemen. The guy that y'all hate right now. What has life been like for you? Are you outside? Or do you have?
That's the thing though, right? So I feel like people don't like me. So I can't be like, yo, what up? I'm Clay. I'm kind of with the head down, trying to get to my places and stuff like that. But I'm doing a much better job at handling
you
all
are.
this, you know what I'm saying? So
because there's two kinds of women. There's women that are going to root against you because of what you did. And there's women who's like, oh, he's single.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, because the thing is with these shows, people take it real serious, as you could see. And what do you think about some people saying that you went on the show just to be famous?
Well, I would say I don't really understand why they would think that. Now maybe you could help me with that perception because I don't think I did anything that gives that I was trying to be famous. I didn't watch the show, so I didn't know what the ROI would be from watching the show. You know what I'm saying? So people's oh, you got your business, you wanted to promote your business, but it's I had my business since 2021. If you're a business owner, whatever you do comes with whatever whatever you got your business with. So. I didn't really understand me when they said I was a clout chaser because I actually fell in love with AD. I didn't even want to be on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what is your business? Because that was another thing. Everybody was like, what exactly is your business? Because a lot of people were like, oh, I don't think he working that hard, that he ain't got no time.
Yo, people just got to look up on LinkedIn. They got to just stop tweeting and just look up the facts. You know what I'm saying? On LinkedIn, you can see what I do. But I'm in tech sales. I sell artificial intelligence right now.
Oh, nice.
So I sell AI to enterprise companies, and then I got a side business as well.
Nice.
Where I rent out jet skis and boats. So
Where's that at?
And Lake Norman, Lake Wiley. That's in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Bringing out jet cars as well. So it's lit.
Nice. You skydiver, jet skis. Go
I do all that.
You do all that?
Yeah.
It's all in my wheelhouse.
I like the rush. You know?
Nice.
All in my wheelhouse.
Okay, so what are your DMs looking like as far as, I know they say you probably the one of the most hated from Love is Blind, but what are the DMs looking like? Are women caring that people don't like you?
Yeah,
are they still trying to get at you? Are they trying to figure it out?
You know how it is when you're trying to be like, I'm trying to be looked upon as a husband and stuff like that. I'm trying to turn a new leaf, and the devil, the temptation, they in there. So I feel like I gotta kind of raise my vibration.
Oh my gosh!
So I could attract my wife and stuff like that, because the people in the DMs right now, they trying to take me back to my old.
Oh
ways.
my God! So you're still looking for a wife after all of this?
Yeah, I think that's what I want. Ultimately.
I'm just asking. But just
Listen,
know,
we dudes like well, not all of us, but just like not all women, not all men. But if you believe in marriage and you want that, you'll still seek it.
Yep.
It's just how hard do you go at it and what you're willing to give up for it.
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
AD,
Yep.
you don't see a wife in her?
That's it's hard
If
for me
she's
to answer
forgiving
that,
you?
because me and AD hasn't talked like in a minute.
Hey, man.
So like for me to come up and I can me and her about to spend the block, I can't even see that path happening, because I didn't speak to her in like 4 weeks.
So she's just not trying to hear it.
I don't know. I ain't
That's a
talked to
high
her.
hurdle.
It's a high hurdle. You know what I'm saying?
high hurdle.
It's tough, but I feel like if I'm in front of AD, we'll have a good conversation where bygones be bygones.
AD, call him, girl. I think he's sincere.
Plays in the building from Love is Blind season 6. In the reunion, you said you were doing therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still in therapy? And what's that therapy? What's that been like for you?
It's been real good. I had to try out 3 different therapists to kind of see what flow and what worked best for me. But I finally got one that works. She gives me behavioral homework and stuff like that. So it's all about trying to unlearn certain of things that I did wrong in relationships. And I'm sure, Tigger, you could kind of understand it. But I kind of lived in a little bit of a delusional bubble with my friends, and I'm always getting hyped up and stuff like that. So when the world kind of attacking you, dang, okay, I guess some stuff that I do, is not really accepted by everybody else. So I think my therapist is just really kind of giving me the perception so I can understand certain traumas that I had as a child, so that way I don't repeat certain patterns,
Love it.
Some of those traumas came out during the show, and I guess the story goes, your mom didn't know some of these things?
Yeah.
So you
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
spilt all the. So what's that like, and what's that conversation with mom, and how's she doing?
Yeah, I felt real bad about that, because that wasn't my intention at all. It was really. So I got real comfortable with the cameras there,
Okay.
because we by this time when that conversation happened, it was 4 weeks. So the cameras are all in front of our face. So I'm just having a conversation with AD, and I'm realizing I want to marry this girl, but I got a roadblock. So I just wanted to communicate that roadblock to her. It wasn't about me trying to expose my mom. My mom actually took it really well. She actually found out about it during the scene when she met AD for the first time, which is kind of crazy. They didn't really air a lot of that, but I think my mom handled it pretty well. That time when she talked to my dad, that was the first time she actually spoke to him. So I really feel like my season, we had a lot of real stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying? It was real stuff that happens in a Black household. Because you know how it is when you got little trauma.
Right.
You know how sometimes we just don't talk about it.
Exactly.
So it was, to me, it was a beautiful moment that my mom actually got to have that conversation with my dad, and for my dad to receive that, apologize, and now change his actions, where he be in a group chat, always talking, always communicating. My dad's, I think, turned into a better man.
Neither parent was mad at you.
Pops was mad at me.
I know, because you told all the secrets.
Pops was definitely mad at me. He was like, Clay, when I take you there? I'm dang. No. And I felt bad too, man, because shout out to my pops, man. My pops is one of my. He a lot of who I became, and in terms of the good stuff too. I adopt that from my dad. So I hate the fact that. I exposed it like that, but it wasn't my intention. It was just, I got a little too comfortable, and, I'm talking to AD, somebody I'm looking to marry, and I just want to communicate, hey, this is one of the roadblocks that I'm having.
Emotionally, how are you doing?
Emotionally, I'm good. I feel like when it was actually happening, it was a little bit of a roller coaster. My emotions all over the place. But I feel like now I've gained a perception. People don't know me; they can have their opinion.
Okay.
It's all about my foundation.
Okay.
And one thing I say, my foundation has definitely helped me up. So I'm Gucci.
Good, nice.
It was. I believe that you were really the appearance of Black men was important to you. In their representation on this show. And at the end of it, we're here where we are. Do you feel like you represented for the Black men, or do you feel it's an accurate representation of black men? Because there are women who always say black men have a problem with, being in relationships and commitment.
That's a good point, man. In terms of, am I a good representation for black men? I think some of the stuff that I did was kind of edited, where I feel like black men probably would have been like, this is our champion. But I would say, like, black men have been coming up to me and giving me a lot of respect, man. Like, they've been telling me that, like, I appreciate what you even saying, because these are things that I struggle with. At the end of the day, like, I'm kind of representing guys that not necessarily been outside, but like you've gotten that attention to take that transition to now get to be married. That's a difficult transition that's not really communicated. I don't think for black men, we really see even role models that are like married men, you know what I'm saying? So like who I look up to, I looked up to the athletes, the rappers and stuff like that, and they always had a bunch of women. So, and I know having a bunch of women, that gets you power in a sense too, you know what I'm saying? So, not the right power, but it do give you some side of power, a little dopamine. So I kind of felt like I probably represented that side, but now I'm really like, really determined to like speak on the other side as well. Like me trying to go through the journey to become a husband. I feel like I could be able to communicate that language to different people, because I was outside. I did like that attention, and now I'm trying to change that up.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you look back at the, I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
No. What was the biggest thing that was pushing you into no?
I think the biggest thing was me looking myself in the mirror and being like, Clay, you not that guy. Another thing that I was doing, I was comparing a lot of like, I'm like with AD, and then this is one of the toxic traits that I got. Is
comparing
like,
what?
You just like, this is a 6-week process, and I'm like, damn, I dated women for like, 2 years, and it's like, is she better than this girl that I broke up with? Like you go through those, trial and error type of.
Oh, so there we have it.
No, that's not the biggest reason. I'd say the biggest reason is me, like, am I really truly ready for this? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like from making this transition where I was just like, outside right before the show. Now I'm about to be with somebody forever. I didn't think my addiction to like that attention and women, I didn't think it was all the way off for me. Even though when I came into the show, I felt as though I was ready for it.
Okay.
When it's like, any type of addict, you be like, you know what, I'm about to stop doing whatever I'm doing. And then you go through withdrawals. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept getting in my head like, man, I don't know if I'm ready for this, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm not 100%, And throughout the whole show, like I said, it's a little bit of we live in a delusional world when you're doing that experiment, because
that's true.
It's 6 weeks, they hyping you up, everybody telling you about love, marriage, and you like, you know what, I am that guy. But then I just like kept looking at myself in the mirror like, I don't know if I'm really that guy.
So, but how do you know? As you said on your journey to become a husband, like how do you know you're ready now?
Because I'm actually going through the practices, like I'm actually talking it out. I'm actually understanding certain things that I did that wasn't correct.
Okay.
It's one thing I'm doing in therapy that we trying to find out is like, why do I feel like I struggle with commitment? All right, cool. The reason why is because I'm searching for validation from other people. Why am I searching for validation from other people? It made me feel like I got the attention that I wanted. So now it's all about debunking all that and to get into a point where now I could like be confident who I am and love who I am, and that's it.
I have this thing where I share with my female friends all the time, and I was like, you can't make a man be ready.
Exactly. That's true.
If he ain't ready, like your time clock, your TikTok Big Ben clock that's banging over.
That's true.
You can rush all you want to. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
True. That's honest. That's honestly, that is true. But when you go on a show like this, the step is for marriage. And so you saw your mistake in that, right? It's like, okay, I really can't do it. I can't be ready for marriage in 6 weeks. It probably would take a little bit longer to actually get married. So what's the time frame now for you to become a husband, or the husband that you say you want?
I mean, I think that's something that God got to present me with, like I can't put a timeline on. What you mean? Like, what you want me to do?
No,
like,
I don't know.
My timeline 6 months? I don't know.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, I'm
Like,
just saying for some people, it would be like, okay, I need to be with this person at least a year or two, or just to figure them out.
I didn't have like, you know what I'm saying, like that vibe with someone where I'm like, in a month, I'm like, this could be my girlfriend.
Okay.
I didn't have times where like 6 months drag out. Like I was talking to other women, and in 6 months, I'm like, you know what, this girl real cool. I want to be like, it just depends. Like it's a feeling type of thing for me. Like, I don't want to put no timeline on it, because then if I don't do that timeline, people going to be jumping on me.
Right? Exactly.
Love is Blind Season 6, Clay is in the building. So what's next for you, bro?
Man, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I've been doing, man. I'm in tech sales right now, so that's been good for me.
If The Bachelor calls you,
yeah.
You gonna go on a Bachelor?
If I could see some of the selection process, I might be.
Oh, you know you're not
gonna do that.
Right.
It'd be good TV if they didn't give me a selection process.
Right.
I would have to talk to the producer to see what they're doing. Like,
Okay.
what, is this a parody or do y'all really want me to find love?
so listen, there are billions, not billions,
There is.
millions of educated,
Yeah.
beautiful black women in Atlanta who are single.
It is.
Yeah.
Give me 3 things you need from
Three
a woman.
qualities.
3 quality things from a spot. Let's see. 3 qualities I need. I don't know if this is a quality, but I just need you to be down to earth. I need someone to be like my best friend. I think that is something that's going to last even when the physical deteriorates. I'm going to need, right now I'm going to need the physical. I ain't going to lie.
At least
I
you're admitting
respect
it.
that.
Look, at least you are admitting it because
respect
that's
that.
yes, that's definitely something.
I don't know.
that's
For
on
me,
the
man,
list.
I want to be like, when I see my wife, like,
Jump on her.
I just want to jump on.
Yeah,
I just want the
exactly. It's important.
desirability.
It's important. It's
You know what I'm saying?
important.
So the baddies hit me up.
Okay, look, go ahead and
You gotta be
baddies,
more
but-
than just a baddie, though,
I know,
correct?
I'm just saying.
Hey, intelligent too.
Tell 'em, please.
Intelligent too. Like for me, I want to be inspired by my wife as well. Like whatever she got going on. So like I just said on another podcast, like I'm not the type of guy that's about to be taking care of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an aggressive spender with my entrepreneurships. I'm one bad deal away from. You know what I mean? I need you to help me out. So
Oh
like,
Lord, don't say that.
but I'm
But you're honest.
I got 6 figure. I'm being real. I got 6 figure job.
Yeah.
That's a 9 to 5. I got my own business and I got other streams of income. And I'm telling you still to this day that I'm one fire away from being check to check. That's just reality. Like I'm not
That's life.
I'm not capping on that. So I'm not putting myself in an arena to be taking care of a woman. I want to be inspired by my woman. I want to know that she has something going on and that's going to inspire me in the things that I'm doing. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So I don't know if that's 3, but you get it.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
yeah.
it. So in that arena, are you looking? There's a big argument about 50-50.
Yeah.
Are you and
Gosh.
your woman 50-50?
Nah. It's a soft guy era.
What's not a soft guy era? You know?
You know, the women make
It's
up
just- I know,
titles.
we make it a thing though, but
They'll make up titles
who
for
has
us.
to pay the bills in the household?
To me, I feel like it's gonna be like always 70-30 because like, I got 2 mortgages right now. So
I like that. Okay.
Like I'm not gonna make somebody pay something I'm already paying. you
Okay.
know? So like, yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna be 50-50.
So you pay the mortgage and she pays the utilities.
I would think that would probably be cool.
Groceries. Okay.
Something like that, that'd be cool. We kind of, I cook as well, so I'm not even the type of guy, but like, you gotta cook all the time.
Okay.
Like, maybe we 50-50 with that. But in terms of like the finances, I think I'll probably be like more 70-30.
Okay, nice. So just for the record, you're not the most hated from the show. There's another guy that was on the show that's like, he was hated too, but you
Who's
probably
that?
are at the top.
Look, who is that?
I forgot his name, but he lives in Atlanta. Kalia probably knows his name.
I know
forget.
he's
He's from Atlanta. But he's really a cool dude. He came to
yeah?
my singles mingle mixer, yeah. So y'all probably want to like, just kind of hold each
The
other.
one with the car dealership? No, not him.
You talking about somebody from another season? From another season, not on the exact same season, but
okay.
from the Love Is Blind
Oh,
show.
you are most
yeah.
recently the most.
Most recently, the most. You're probably number 1. He's probably number 2. But
Dang.
you're not by yourself. So I just want to say, hold your head.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes.
Question
and-
for you though, real quick.
Why me?
Me being a villain, right? What like, but besides me saying no at the wedding altar, what makes me a villain?
That you didn't put her up on game before. I thought that was wrong for you to just leave her there. You
So
know
the
what I'm
wedding.
saying? And especially
The
if you
wedding
guys.
made you the villain.
Yeah, the wedding and not putting her up on game, not letting her know before because she's standing at the altar. She's shocked. But I'm like, y'all built this relationship, y'all built this bond. You should have told me
In
that. I'm
6 weeks.
And he said he fell in love with
We did
her.
have a conversation though. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
But you didn't tell her what you were doing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I thought that part was wrong.
Well, we had a conversation about not going to the altar for sure. For sure, we had that conversation.
Right, but she said yes and you said no.
Yes, because
And you could see her face. I'm like, I felt bad for her.
we decided when we were having a hesitation about going to the altar, we decided to go all the way to like not worry about it, because a big issue that I had was, have we built the foundation enough for this to last for eternity? I get what you're saying, but this is my life, and this is like, am I about to be married? Because everybody gonna be cheering for me being married, but if I'm not 100% in there, that's on my life. That's my life. That got nothing to do with nobody else. So I communicated that with AD, and we had that conversation with higher ups. And then AD wanted to go all the way to the altar after that conversation happened. I wanted to show up for AD everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying? I stepped up for AD in so many different situations. So like, it's kind of crazy how like really black women doing me, because I always took the bullet.
Okay, but I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm just saying in that
you
particular.
kinda are.
No. I'm just saying how it looked. I'm just putting myself in her position.
I feel that.
Even if we had a conversation about it and you knew that day that I was going to say no.
I didn't though. Like I was 50-50. I'm telling you, I can't.
You told her you were 50-50?
As you walk down the aisle, what were you thinking?
Because I was just with my mom. And like she was like, when you see her, you're gonna get emotional. So I'm still in the essence of like trying to be convinced at this moment. It's an unorthodox position. When you go to your wedding, you already know this is gonna be your husband. This is an experiment. Like you have to make a decision at the wedding. So I'm using all the time that I can, and I get it. For everyone else, it's like, man, how you ain't know your decision?
Yeah, you should have just put on game. If you 50-50, my thing is,
I should have said that.
You should have just said that. And then the thing is, say yes, and then after that,
why? Because just lying. Do it for the gram.
No, what I'm saying is save her from the embarrassment, because I rock with you like that, and then have a conversation after the fact, like, hey, I really don't want. You know what I'm saying? I just felt bad for her.
Once you say yes, though, it's
no, dog. You.
So,
because you have to go and sign the paper.
So you would have rather the man told you yes and then said no afterwards.
Yeah, hey, don't do me like that in public. Don't embarrass me.
So don't
embarrass me, especially if
ceremony.
No,
that's diabolical right there.
A lot of people have done that, and then after the show, they're not together anymore. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, just save her some embarrassment since you didn't put her up on game.
Yeah.
Because that's for a woman. Okay. Yeah, like I'm blasting all my feelings for you.
That.
You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be close. Now I've lost all trust in you, as well as she should. She should not have picked up the phone.
Yeah.
But thank God she did. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like you should have just put her up on game, whether it's gonna hurt her feelings or not. Either way, you're gonna hurt her.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Good luck, Clay.
I received that.
Good luck, bro.
I'm trying to help you out.
This is every day, man. I'll be walking around, people just start arguing with me. I'm like,
I'm not arguing with you. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just trying to make you see
He's
from
saying
the
people arguing.
Not you. I received what you're saying. You giving me game. Like, I should have said something, and I received that what you're saying.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, people, I'll be walking around, people be like, nah, Clay. Like that.
I will say this. Things tend to bubble over really fast.
Yeah.
So it'll be in and out. So, but just do the right thing next time.
I got
just
you.
do the right thing next time.
Listen, I wish you luck, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Netflix's Love is Blind Season 6, Clay Gravesande in the building. Do you want people to follow you? Tell them how to follow you. If with kindness.
Everybody
kindness. Be kind in my comment section. It's enough rude comments already. But at Clay_Gravesande, at Clay_Gravesande. Gravesande spelled Gravesande.
Nice.
My brother. Y'all don't go too far. More Big Tick Morning shows up next on B103.